There's a lot more in the
know.
dailies. I mean, all the dailies today have a lot of education. Let's move on to page 11 of the Standard. And this is Matters Politics. And it's going to form part of what we're going to be discussing this morning on the newsroom. And this is a cohesive country. But there's a story there with the president saying after the swearing in, he is going to unite Kenya. And of course, that's what we'd say is a bigger task for him, given that Kenya has had a very long electioneering period. It's been a divisive election, although some political pundits will say that politics by nature and elections by nature are divisive by virtue of the fact it gives everybody opportunities to express themselves and, you know, which side they'll go. But there you go. There's a story there with Uhuru, I will unite Kenya. But, of course, looking at this story, he has a huge task of ensuring that he unites Kenya.
Yeah, as we said yesterday, Mike, you know, the responsibility of the president is to ensure that he heals the wounds that were there during the divisive campaigns. And we see a president willing to unite the country. But, you know, we still have people having, you know, grandstands in terms of the nature of the dialogue that is going to take place. Because most people are not sure. People are saying, okay, let's wait for what Raila is going to say. And maybe sometimes we have heard from his handlers saying that, you know, he's not quite interested in, he's saying that the time for negotiation or dialogue is over. And what he wants is elections within 90 days. And, you know, he's still pushing on with this agenda. Yesterday I was reading some press saying that the NASA side is encouraging its elected leaders to step down so that they can cause a crisis and maybe have the fresh elections. You know, I don't know how that is going to work in the current circumstances, but what I'm sure of is that President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to finish his 5-year term, regardless of all, although we are going to have this instability, you know, things making sure that his rule is not, it's going to be bumpy, but I know he's going to finish his 5 years as prescribed in the Constitution. You know, it will be sad to see us going back to election after, you know, a few days. But what I know NASA is going to do is to push on with the reform agenda, is to push on
the People's Assembly.
Yeah, People's Assembly. You know, the agenda of the People's Assembly is not yet clear. It's only known to Raila and maybe the principals, but most handlers and the foot soldiers don't know exactly what's contained, what the plan is. So it's a wait and see game. But I encourage the sentiments by the president that is willing to unite the country and is willing to bring on board those who lost, you know. It's normal, it's normal.
All right, let's wait and see. Well, he has a daunting task and 5 years to do that. Let's look at the cartoon on page 14 of the Standard.